Hi everyone, really sorry we had some technical glitch. We'll be once again in conversation with Nisha Javeri. Just checking if she's already there. Nisha Javeri is a certified image consultant and a soft skills trainer. She's from Thane. Let's see, and if she's already there, we'll be soon getting into a conversation.
Hi,
Yes,
ma'am.
Nisha. So sorry we couldn't continue our conversation because of technical glitch.
That's absolutely fine, ma'am.
So, if you could just tell us in a nutshell that what were you doing prior to joining
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, you can hear me well, right?
Yes. So there is still a little bit of a glitch, but that's okay.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so before joining ICBI, ma'am, I was a homemaker and I was looking after my kids and my family, like since I had recently moved in with my in-laws as well. So I was just trying to adjust with everything and yeah, I was trying to be a perfect homemaker and busy nurturing my both my children and like learning has always been a journey of my life, ma'am. So I have always kept learning or doing or attending some workshops or something prior to ICBI.
So workshops, as in you were still inclined towards training and development even prior to ICBI.
Like actually, teaching was my passion, ma'am. Like when I was small, you won't believe it, but when I was small, when I was studying, I used to play teacher. I used to visualize that there are students sitting in front of me, and I used to keep writing on blackboard. Like I don't know. That's that game I used to play role play since my childhood. Okay, and then after that, I recently before joining ICBI, say 4 5 years back, I did my course in early childhood education, diploma in early childhood education, because I said like I won't be able to work right now because my kids were in their growing years and my kids were always my on my top priority. So I thought doing that early childhood education will help me also in training my children and will definitely it will help me somewhere or the other. So teaching and training was something which was very close to my heart.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So that
and one more
became
thing
your
I would like
passion
to,
and that became
yeah,
your profession also in the years to come.
yes, ma'am. Sorry, I'm not able to hear you well, ma'am.
I said then it became your passion as well as your profession, right?
Sorry, I can't hear you, ma'am. I'm very sorry.
I said then did it became your passion and your profession as well? Are you able to hear me, Nisha? Nisha, can you hear me? Okay, I guess we've lost Nisha here, and there is definitely some technical issue. Today, there is an internet issue both on both the sides. I guess on my side as well as on Nisha's side. Nisha, I think there is a technical glitch from my side as well as your side, both the
I'm
sides.
so sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened.
I think the internet is really playing some sort of a trick on us today.
Yeah, it's testing our patience, ma'am. But we will continue
Absolutely.
doing it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I was saying your passion actually became your profession eventually.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Like, so teaching is very close to my heart, training and teaching. Like, even if I'm down with my fever or if I'm not well, and if a call comes that tomorrow I have to go for training, I don't know where the energy comes, ma'am. Like I'm like just up in the morning and getting all ready and decked up for my training. So like it's
Wow.
so close to me.
So so as an image consultant and soft skills trainer, what kind of assignments do you undertake? I mean, that is something which I really want to know, and I think everybody wants to know about this.
Yes, ma'am. So I was very open to any kind of training assignments, as we were taught in ICBI that, like, once you know the art of delivering, you can deliver any topic under the sun. So that much confidence ICBI had given to us. And your support was always there, ma'am. If we get stuck up anywhere, I just have to call up your office, and anyone from your office, Dolly, Dinah, or you or sir, were always ready to help us with any presentations we wanted or any help. So that was our confidence, ma'am. So I was also like very confident that I will take up any training. So I think just before I could complete my course, before I was certified, I got an invitation from Future Group. Like, they were in search for freelance trainer. So I happened to meet them. So initially I was a bit intimidated because I never worked for corporate as such, like never worked full time. But then somehow when I went there, they welcomed me so well. By the way, I had dressed up and grooming, and I had laptop and a lovely presentation to show them. So like they were all like so very happy. And the very next day they called me. They said, "Okay, now we are going to have a contract, and you are one of our associate trainers with us." And like, so next day they started giving me training. Like, first training was eZone. Like, they had the star certification program for their eZone employees and business managers. So I went there and I started my training on sales and customer service. And then it never stopped, ma'am. So they almost gave me all their formats of Future Group. I was training. I did training for Big Bazaar. Like, they had this 10-day program called Praram. So we had to go through their TTT and then become a trainer for them. I did that. Then I did a training on customer service excellence for Lee Cooper, one of their brand. Then one of their high-end brand was Food Hall, so I did personality development, grooming, customer service, how to cater to HNI clients. So all those things, like, which were taught in ICBI, all those things helped me for training these various retail giants. Then I did training with Reliance also. And through Future Group, I got trainings for Raymond's also, ma'am. So that was a fantastic training of like almost 250 fashion consultants and business managers and CRAs of Raymond's. So work has never stopped. So after corporates, side by side, even I was getting work from this Singhania school. Like, both my children are from Singhania school. So principal ma'am invited me, and she said, "Nisha, what work are you doing? Kindly share with us." So she was highly impressed, ma'am. So I took for almost more than 2,000 children of Singhania school. I conducted training on various soft skills like grooming, active listening, dining etiquette. They were very impressed by that session. Then she even told me that we have a Teachers' Day program and we conduct some workshop for our teachers. So why don't you do it this time? So I did for almost all their 300 teachers and principal ma'am. And they were very excited about this. So they gave me one more training. They had this Vijaypat Singhania school in Vapi. They called me there also. So I went there twice to give trainings to their small children on table manners. And that was about Singhania. Then even I was associated with Praveen Gandhi Law College. Somehow they came to know that I'm conducting soft skills. And even their principal called me separately. He said, "I want dining etiquette session to be conducted for all my children of Praveen Gandhi Law College." So I said, "Is it possible?" He asked me. I said, "Why not? It's possible. Like, there's nothing called impossible for us."
Absolutely.
So then they had some big lawn over there, and they said, like, "You'll have to give dining this session to almost 200, because we'll be clubbing maybe 3 to 4 classes." I said, "I don't mind whatever number of students you get me. I'm going to train." Like, So
And you as well
I
specialize in dining etiquette, right?
yes, yes, that is also very close to my heart. Like I enjoy taking that sessions, and yeah, so I took dining for them. And but I make it a point that wherever I take dining etiquette session, I carry chopsticks for everyone, because if they don't have a chopstick, then they don't learn, like, if actually they're not doing it in front of me. So that is always there. Even in Singhania, when I taken dining etiquette, so there were like 501 standard students. So they had split the batch 250 in one and 250. So even ma'am said, will you be able to cater to 250 children at one time? And in 1 hour, you'll have to teach them dining etiquette. Now choice is yours. I said, yes, I can do it. So I did, like, I used to call the children on stage, and I made sure that all the 250 children are active and everybody's listening to my presentation. So by way of activity or games and energizers, and like, there also practically I demonstrated chopsticks, and everybody did it in front of me. Some children I called on stage also. So it was more of a fun, like, so yeah, that was there. Praveen Gandhi was there. Then one more interesting work assignment I'd undertaken was of Total Sports Fitness. These stores are across Mumbai. They have 6 to 7 stores. So there my job was not to train, but there my job was to do I had to do a mystery shopper. I went out there as a mystery shopper, and I had
Wow.
to analyze. I had to do a pre-audit job there, ma'am. So it
Hmm.
was like I had to scale them on the parameters of their grooming, their communication skills, then how they are interacting with the customers, and how are they selling their pitch, like, so I went there. I did a lot of shopping from all the stores of TSF, and but they didn't come to know that I was a mystery shopper. So then I gave all these parameters to their respective company head, and then they had their internal trainer. So they conducted the training, and my job was, after they conduct the training, I had to go and do the post audit job. Like, again, go there and then understand that whether they are following everything or not. So it was very fun filling, like, and very satisfactory work what I got. And recently, just before the lockdown, I did a training for National Institute of Industrial Engineering College, that is NITI, in Powai. So there I was being called to conduct a session on dining etiquette, again, like, so that was also very, very nice and interesting. And of course, I keep doing my own personal dining etiquette workshops and goal setting workshops, grooming, and I have my own one-on-one consultations also, I do, ma'am.
So
So
apart
especially
from all these
teenagers.
interesting sessions that you keep doing, which is one of the most interesting sessions that you've done so far?
Interesting was, in fact, I make all my sessions interesting, because I enjoy, like, if there is no entertainment, I myself
एक
get bored,
एक
like,
सेशन एक सेशन के
Yeah.
बारे में बताओ
So
निशा.
one interesting was with Raymond's, actually. When I went for the session on Raymond's, it was on product training of their autumn winter collection. Okay. So now, when I went and I saw the classroom was full of, like, there was a mixed batch of seniors and the freshers. So seniors was actually, they were 50, 60-year-old gentlemen, and a 22, 23-year-old guy. So like I was first, like I thought, like, how am I going to handle them whole day? Like, I have to carry this training from 10 to 6. So like I was thinking in my mind that do you think that they're going to listen to me, those 50-year-old, 60-year-old who actually sit in the stores and they have all the knowledge of all the clothing and fabric, and I'm going to teach them on that? So what I did was, I generally have a habit of carrying some chocolates and gifts at my training. So what I did was, like, I always take some half an hour to 45 minutes to get connected to my crowd, like, and then only I start my training. Before that, I don't start my training, because I think that initial bonding is very important. Then
True.
that sets you for the whole day. So then I called a gentleman who was 60 years old. So I said, okay, I want to invite the one who has maximum number of years of experience in Raymond's. So one gentleman, he said, like, I have 40 years of experience. So I said, kindly come on the stage. We all applauded him. And I asked him to share one or two experiences. And like, he was so happy that everyone was hearing him quietly. And I said, please keep sharing your experiences, because I'm just here to deliver the content. You are the one who knows each and every thread count of the fabric and all. So then he was so glad, and he really thanked all of us. And then throughout the day, and I even invited the one who was a fresher, like, so that otherwise he'll get intimidated that sabhi log seniors hai, how will I, like, So I told them that please help each other. And the gentleman, he was really so supportive, ma'am. Even there was some doubt which I felt. I used to call him on the stage, and he used to explain it so well. So my session went
True,
very
true,
well,
true.
and it was very
Absolutely.
well appreciated. So I think,
Fantastic.
yeah,
Fantastic.
that was nice.
So, so tell me, Nisha, how has your journey been so far from being a homemaker to becoming an image consultant and a soft skills trainer, training corporate professionals and people from different segments of the society? I mean, I'm sure that must be quite a challenge also for somebody who's been in a comfort zone, and getting out of that comfort zone to getting into a corporate world. So I'm sure that must be quite a challenge for you. So how did you cope
Yes,
up with that challenge?
yes, actually, I told you, I just thought that it was a challenge just that for that one moment till I went in the future group, ma'am. But I was so blessed, and I should really thank God for that, thank ICBI for that, that I got really amazing people. I used to actually get worried, how will I gel with corporate people and all, because I never worked. But I found really, really very nice people, and they were all so helpful, like, and they were always welcoming. So I never had any problems, ma'am, facing this because, and I love challenges in my life. And even when I was a homemaker, I used to always step out of my comfort zone for each and everything, even while cooking or handling children or doing anything at home. Also, I used to always try to step out of my comfort zone and do whatever I want to do. But here, of course, what knowledge we had at ICBI, that helped me sail through the corporate assignment or whatever so easily and smoothly. And that's what I always tell to everyone, there's a lot of work and there are so lovely people outside that they are ready to help us. They all knew that I just started my journey of work. I had no work experience as such, but I think they were all so helpful. So I think there are a bunch of lovely people outside. It is just that you need to have that right attitude and what etiquette and all we have learned from ICBI. So I think everyone appreciates and welcomes us, ma'am.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, what steps have you taken in the last 7 years for self development? That is something that I think everybody would like to know, all the audience would like to know, because this is something which is very, very important.
Yes. So like I said, like I always keep on doing something or the other. Even after finishing my course on ICBI, for maybe 1 or 2 years, I was very busy in my training sessions, like back to back. Like I had a lot of work. But when I had no trainings, my urge for learning never stopped. So after doing my ICBI, I told my husband, now I want to do this course. So my husband said, like, how many courses are you going to do? Are you not tired? I said, I'm never going to get tired of learning new things. So I think I did one course. There was this. I attended a lot of sessions of Kalyani Kamble, some workshops of hers. I attended some workshops with Jenny Gandhi. Then I think I had attended some of ICBI. There were some sessions. There was a Train the Trainer. I did that course also, NABIT certified. Then after that, I did since I was a very strong follower of Sabira Merchant, when I was young. So there was one session on international etiquette and fine dining. I did attend that also. And I think I always keep on enhancing myself, not only intellectually, but even emotionally, because, man, we all go through that emotional setbacks and ups and downs in our life. So I make sure that I'm doing a lot of things for my emotional this thing also. For my physical, I've always done yoga and pranayamas also. And for my mental well-being also, I keep on upgrading. I have joined Bhagavad Gita class also for my spiritual upliftment. And so when I'm not doing any courses or when I'm not training, I keep on absorbing what I've learned, because I always feel that whatever training I do, ma'am, I give a holistic view for my participants. Like I try to inculcate everything in that, so that it becomes a complete training package for them. Like it's not only the content, but it's like 360 degrees. So
Absolutely.
I like to implement everything on for them. So yeah, I keep on upskilling. Now also during lockdown, I've done lots. I did my teachers training course in yoga. So I'm a yoga teacher now, pranayama teacher now, and I also did a lot of sessions. I attended SIR's webinars also. I keep attending. And recently also, I think I did a course on emotional energy balancing workshop, how to manage your emotions. So all these things I apply in my training, ma'am.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what are the two important nuggets that you would like to share with all the viewers who are watching this live today?
All right. So first thing is I would like to say that avoid this 3 C's in their life. That is complain, compare, and carry. Do not ever compare yourself to anybody in this world, because you are your unique individual. And do not keep complaining or nagging about anything. Just be grateful to God. Have a sense of gratitude, because I think gratitude works miracles in your life. Like, just maintain a gratitude journal. At least write 10 positive things in the night before sleeping. That will really give you a sound sleep. And do not carry your past into the present. It's said that, ma'am, past will always bring tears, future will always bring fears, but only present will give you cheers. So always be in your present, enjoy to the 100%, and live your life and be happy always. And like, just keep focusing on your goals. Like, I don't know how much time we have, but I would like to share a small story if you allow me to. Is that okay?
छोटी सी एकदम छोटी सी.
Choti si. Yeah, so storytelling is also one of my passion, ma'am. So okay, I'll cut it short. So there was this event of frog, the frog race was happening. Around 10 frogs were participating in an event, and the event was that they had to climb the tower. Okay, so the one who climbs the tower first is going to be the winner. Okay, so obviously whenever there is an event, there is an audience, right? So there was audience. When the frog started climbing, the audience started cheering, but they all started cheering in a negative way. Oh, come on, frog, Mr. Frog, hey, why are you climbing? After what are you going to achieve after doing so much? Koi fayda nahi hai. You'll get tired at the end of the day. So gradually all the frogs started falling down, but there was only one frog who could climb the tower. And you know why, ma'am? Because that frog was deaf. It was just because he was not hearing to this negative cheering up. So in life also we have all those negative cheerings, and that comes also from our near and dear ones, from our dear friends, relatives. So if you have your goal in front of you, I think nothing should bother you. So you should also turn your ears deaf and just keep focusing on your goals. And so learn to have social distancing with those who are trying to negatively cheer you, and just keep the vampires out of your way, and just keep your goals in front of you always.
Bilkul. Absolutely. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Bang on.
Thank you.
So can you share one of your more than a paycheck moments where you felt that it was worth becoming an image consultant?
Wow. So like I said, Singhania School was very close to me, my favorite. So what happened after giving them sessions on dining and all, ma'am? So after say 15-20 days, I had gone to pick up my daughter from a school. Okay, so I was just waiting for my daughter to come down, and in the meanwhile, around children were running from here and there, and they started coming towards me. I thought, what happened? So they all started calling me. Say around 10-15 children came, and they said, Nisha ma'am. I said, what happened? I said, ma'am, you had taught us how to eat with chopsticks, and that day we asked our mom to make Maggi noodles, and we had noodles with chopsticks, ma'am. So we know, and we are teaching everyone. I said, oh my God, and then when I went ahead, so I met some teachers. So teachers also started telling me that, oh, Nisha Javeri, so you know what? After learning from you dining etiquette, I tell all the children in the short break that Nisha ma'am has told you how to eat. You have to eat accordingly, and so all those things, I think they are more cherishable, and I feel so nice about it when I hear. And even when my daughter and son goes out for dining with his friends, so their friends say, "Arey, mummy ko bolna mat hai, hum log aisa kha rahe hain. Don't tell your mother." So that's I just love all that, hearing all that. It's very
Nisha, how do you keep yourself so positive and cheerful? That is something which I always wanted to ask you.
So, ma'am, actually, yeah, even I have my bits of lows and highs, but like I always that's the reason I always keep enrolling in some course or the other. Like, you know, I just, and I do a lot of meditation also, ma'am. I do yoga, I do pranayama, I do meditation. I think that helps me to keep like, you know, myself charged up, like, you know. So that's very, very important in life. We all have, I have our highs and lows, ma'am. Like, we all are going through that age now also. So a lot of emotional turbulence, but I think we need to learn to manage our emotions. So when I was learning this emotional energy balance workshop, so there they taught us a very wonderful thing, and I think we all should practice that, ma'am. That is, they taught us to observe mona, like, you know, internal mona, to keep silent, to keep shut, like, and because our work, our profession is such that, ma'am, we have to talk so much, so it is a lot of energy we require. So like during a day when everyone is around, just say half an hour you have to keep, like, you know, mourn completely. So you have to stop your mental gymnastics, like, you know, and then you're completely relaxed and then you're charged up for the next work. Like, so I think that is helping me.
So you also keep Mon Vrat for half an hour, 45
Yeah,
minutes.
I do. I do. So my children, my husband, they know that, okay, this half an hour, I'm not going to talk anything, no matter what. And that really helps me. I feel my so much of energy is like getting saved, like, you know, I'm conserving my energy. Otherwise, sometimes, you know, we just keep blabbering, we keep on nagging our children, go for a bath, like, you know, they are at home, like, go for a bath, you've not done this, like, I said enough now.
True, absolutely. So how do you stay relevant in today's times, and what do you do to keep yourself updated? Because I'm sure there is tremendous competition around, and although you have said that not to compare yourself with others, but I'm
Yes,
sure this
yes, ma'am.
competition does affect you in some way or the other. So how do you keep yourself relevant and keep yourself
uh,
updated?
Well, frankly, ma'am, I don't know, but I just don't believe in competition. First of all, like, I think you just have to be yourself 100% and keep doing. Like, you know, keep doing no matter what. Like, you know, you fall, but you have to again get up and you have to keep doing and turn your ears, deaf ears, and, like, you know, just persistently keep doing. When you're not getting training, I'm just learning something or absorbing something new, so that whenever I get my training, I'm going to definitely apply, and I do apply that. But only thing is persistently and having a lot of patience, and trying to just maintain your health and your energy. Like, you know, I feel just give your 100% to whatever I do. I give my, even if I'm not training, and like if I'm cooking, if I'm at my home, but I'm satisfied at the end of the day that, okay, I've done my each and every work. I've attended to my father-in-law, I've attended to my mother, I've attended to everyone 100%. So like I don't feel that I'm not doing anything or I'm missing out on something.
So
So I
somebody is
think
asking
that
you that since how long have you been an image consultant, Nisha?
yeah, so I think since last 7 years.
So 7 years.
Yes.
Yes, fantastic. So what
Yes,
have you
ma'am.
planned for the next 5 years, Nisha?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, for the next 5 years, seeing at the current pandemic, and I'm seeing the mental state of everyone, like, because I had a lot of one-on-one consultants who are teenagers. So I feel right now my immediate goal, ma'am, is to spread a lot of positivity and spread a lot of happiness to whomsoever I can, ma'am, through way of sessions, or if I can talk to. So I'm actually in touch with a few old age homes also, ma'am, because I feel like, you know, they need sometimes, you know, they just need to vent it out. Because I've seen my father, like I lost my father 2 years back. I've seen my mother-in-law, I just lost her a year back. And I'm seeing my father-in-law who is like, I think they just need to vent out to someone, like, you know. And we as, like, see, I'm not a doctor, I cannot go out and help those COVID patients, like, you know. So at least staying at home, if I'm able to just give my ear, lending ear to someone and help them. First, I think next 1 year, I'm just going to help and reach out people sitting at home. Of course, I cannot go out and help people in the hospitals, but mentally, yes, I want to do that, ma'am. For the senior citizens and even for the underprivileged, ma'am. Like I have taken a lot of sessions for them also. I forgot to mention, but yeah, I think right now my time should is more dedicated to them. But of course, my 5 year goals before pandemic was, and still I will continue to conduct lot of sessions. Like almost I've trained more than 15 to 20,000 people so far. But if everything is good and with God's grace, I want to touch base till at least 1 lakh people I want to train. I want to transform people's lives, and just help out to people. Because if I help even one person a day, I get a good sleep. So that is what right now I am targeting at, ma'am. Like, just help a person to smile in a day. And just hope this pandemic gets over soon.
There is one more question that has come. What are the things you have learned? Can you suggest what homemakers can do to change our life?
Okay, so yes, the homemakers. If you are a homemaker, you should do lovely cooking for your kids and husband and for their entire family. I love cooking. I'm not boasting. I said that I do cook pretty decent. Yeah. So, and I love to keep my house very neat and clean. So, and like, I need some good moments for myself so that I can share to my family members also. Like, say every weekend, just one day of the week, I try to keep candles, and like I order some flowers and all, and I make as if we are sitting and eating in a 5-star restaurant at home. Because see, whatever it is, we have to accept the situation. We cannot go out, but that's okay. But we can all party at home, love each other, hug your family members, just give them time and keep smiling and do whatever you like to do.
Nisha,
if you want to do a course, do a course.
Nisha, who's Jay Javeri who's laughing at you right now?
Sorry, ma'am.
Who's Jay Javeri who's laughing at you?
Jay Javeri is my husband. He's watching me from the other room. Yeah, he's been a great support, ma'am. Like, I just have to, even if I have to travel anywhere, I just have to tell him that, okay, I have to travel to Pune. So all my car arrangements, everything is sorted. I don't have to worry about anything. So my family, like my children, they will prepare my PowerPoint presentations. They do everything for me. So you have to learn the art of delegating also. Homemakers have to really learn to delegate to everyone. Make everyone involved in your work, and then see how happy they are and you are also.
Absolutely. Once you know how to delegate, the magic happens automatically.
Because, ma'am, we cannot do everything by ourselves.
Absolutely.
We have to ask for help. Like, we need help.
Bilkul. One last question, Nisha. What is your message for all those people who are aspiring to become image consultants? What is your one piece of advice for them?
All right. So for this aspiring to be image consultants, one thing I would like to say is that no matter how much money you get for your training, even if you get 500, 5,000 or 50,000 or 5 lakh, always give your 100%. Don't think about the money. Do a lot of free work. Like, money will always follow, but give your 100% and have that right attitude. And be open to sharing, because I think sharing is caring. Share your work, share your presentations. Nothing is going to happen. Nobody is going to take away your work from you. It's like, but just have the right attitude of helping everyone. Because I think more you share, it's going to multifold and come back to you. But the more you keep it to yourself, it's going to get junk. Like, there is going to be junk in that. So please share and care for everyone and help each and every person on this earth.
Absolutely. And the most important thing is that you should not feel insecure in life.
Absolutely, ma'am. Yes, I agree, ma'am.
The more you give, the more you get. That is something.
Absolutely, ma'am. Yeah, giving is the new receiving. Giving is the new receiving, ma'am.
Absolutely. So thank you, Nisha. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And thank you for once again logging in, because it took another 15-20 minutes to log in again and then start all over again, because that required a whole lot of restarting and redoing the whole thing all over again. So all the very best to you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. I should thank you.
A lot of success. You have put in a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. So I wish you all the best for your journey ahead.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I bless you from the bottom of my heart and ICBI for giving me this lovely platform to share my views with everyone. So I thank you. I thank the audience. And I thank you, ICBI, from the bottom of my heart. And one more thing, both my children, they are going to do this course from ICBI, ma'am. My daughter is all set. Wow. She's just waiting for a 12 to get over. She said, Mama, I want to become an image consultant. She follows all the image consultants like Grishma Thampi, Benaisha Karas. And she likes to see you. My daughter, she's very fond of this course. So my daughter and my son both.
Fantastic,
I will be
fantastic.
doing this course. Yeah.
Absolutely. See you soon then, Nisha, whenever the lockdown gets over. Then we
Thank you,
get to
ma'am.
see you.
Thank you
All
so much,
right.
ma'am. Gratitude,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thanks.